This is Charlie Parsons for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate and available on DAZN. Firstly, Johnny, regardless of what people say, it is the night after, the day after. You're clearly in pain. You look like an ancient mummy from what period of time?
Well, if your mummies, it's mythical, but ancient Egyptian. They're not mythical, but
Mummies are mythical.
No, but you're talking about a walking mummy.
Yeah. Well, obviously they're
Ancient
but they did wrap them up.
They did. They mummified them. They took out certain organs and put them into different jars, and then preserved them. Something to do with the passage into afterlife. So yeah, mummies did exist, but walking mummies.
But walking, I never did. I didn't say walking mummy.
Sorry,
in
mate.
all fairness.
Sorry.
Yeah, calm down. Calm down. No, I just want to say credit to you, and I know you're going to probably tell me to calm down here, but
calm down.
At 5:25, the day after your fight, the fact that you're sitting here willing to talk, do media, I've seen that you've done bits with Dave, you've just done a bit with us and Dave. I mean, credit to you. How are you feeling?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Listen, I had to go to the well yesterday, and I did, and I'm proud of myself for doing that. And it's a boxing match. The judges score what they see. It's a close fight. It wasn't like it was all one-sided from all of the fight and it was Dave's fight. But he climbed into the fight in the second half, he got knocked down. And it could have been scored his way easily. Could have been that way, but they scored it my way. I'm not even bothered about that. What I'm bothered about is that I showed to the British boxing public and the world boxing public, I've got some cojones. And you're going to have to use a baseball bat to stop me. Because I've got something inside me. I don't want to quit.
Your chin ain't made of bone.
I don't want to quit. That's the worst thing I can do. I just never want to be a quitter, man. That's all that matters to me. I'm not the best in the world. I'm not a world beater. But I'm a man from Romford, and I've got family values. And one of them values of being a good, old-fashioned English man, it's never taking a backward step. And that's what it means everything to me. Honour. I watch Last of the Mohicans every night. And that's the film of honour. That me and Sonny. Sonny, talking about Last of the Mohicans here. We're talking about Duncan. If you look at Duncan on Last of the Mohicans, and Big Duncan, Sonny knows the art of the British stiff upper lip. I think that's what I possess. And yeah, you got to go to the well sometimes. We did yesterday. Bash.
You would have been a fantastic man in war.
And can I just say quickly a shout out to Mark and Sonny and Jimmy, because they helped me through that as well. Because I came back in round 5, it was a dark place. It was a dark place, and I pulled myself through it.
What goes through your mind?
Just like, you just tick one round off at a time. But the people that helped me do that was Mark and Sonny. Sonny was giving me a tap on the back. This is what we trained for. We trained for these dark moments. And if I didn't train for them dark moments with Sonny, and I didn't have the preparation that I'd done with Mark and the team talks that we had, then I wouldn't be able to get through. So as much as it's down to me, it's also down to the people that I surround myself with. And who better than Mark Tibbs, Jimmy Tibbs and Sonny Cannon to be able to get through hardships like that, because a lot of other men probably would have folded in that situation, getting dropped, and my equilibrium was gone. I got punched on the ear. I don't know if it was the second round or the knockdown, but I didn't have much balance in it for the last half of the fight, and that obviously affects your ability to fight back a little bit. And if I haven't watched it back yet, but people said it looks like I was just trying to survive at points. Maybe I was, because I didn't have no balance.
Can you remember that second half of the fight?
A little bit, not particularly. All I can remember is thinking like, oh, it's round 8 now, isn't it? And it's actually just round 6, or it's round 9 now, it's actually just round 7, and it's just like, it never ended. But I remember the last round I came out strong and won it. I remember I won the last round because Jimmy Tibbs told me I won it. And he don't lie, like he'll always tell me the truth. I won the first 4, won the last one. And then it's whether I nicked any in the other parts, which is probably didn't. But there's nothing I can do about that. All I can do is fight.
Your humility not surprises me, Johnny, because I know you and I know the family, but being able to sit here and look, we see fighters sometimes on questionable decisions or whatever, and I don't think last night was necessarily that, but the fact that you're able to sit here and speak so openly, testament to your character.
I'm not trying to prove anything. I'm not trying to say I've done this, I've done that. One thing I will say though is it weren't as if it was like a resounding beatdown on me. I won the first half of the fight, and then the second half Dave took control, and the last round I won. That's all it was, and it was a close fight. I think what is the hard thing is when I've been built up so much in the media, I've got a big social media presence, and everyone in the build-up saying Johnny's going to do this, Johnny's going to knock him out in this and that. And when
do you ever believe in that hype?
No. I went to bed every night and woke up every day expecting the best Dave Allen, and I was nervous about that, but that's what made me perform. If I didn't expect that, probably wouldn't have been able to see it through. But that doesn't mean look, I always prepare for the worst, the best version of someone and the worst possible outcome. So I never believe the hype, but when the hype is generated like that by the public, if you get anything less than a shutout victory or a knockout like I did with Alan Babbage, people will quickly go on to say, oh, it was a robbery, it was this, it was Johnny got beat down for the whole fight. Like, I wasn't beat down for the whole fight. I got knocked down and I had to recover. I was trying to recover. I could have gone out, but I just carried on. I don't know where I found it from, but I just didn't want to give up.
Have you surprised yourself?
No, because I know I could do that, but
that was the first time you'd faced that kind of adversity in a professional boxing ring.
Yeah, I faced the adversity in the amateurs when I was like 14, 15. I got caught for a body shot in the first round, and I couldn't breathe for 2 minutes. But that's 3 rounds. That's fine. But doing it in 10 rounds against someone I looked up to as a kid on the biggest stage, I did have to show some cojones to just stay in the fight, and I did stay in the fight.
Johnny, the Saudi atmosphere is actually decent, but obviously it's not what you're used to when you're headlining the Copper Box or whatever. Did that take some getting used to?
Yeah, it did.
Was it almost a little bit like, sort of almost...
more so the build-up in fight week is very lengthy. It's all new things, and listen, I'm not saying that would make any effect on the fight, because it's the same for Dave as well. He hasn't been in this situation on this stage like I haven't, but it's very different. You haven't just got DAZN after the Matchroom, you've got TNT and you've got Frank Warren's lot and you've got TalkSport there, and you've got to cater for everyone. It is physically draining, but I'm used to that by now. It's just a different environment altogether. Bit of a scratchy throat, like little things like that. Just little things that no camp's ever perfect, right? And nothing's ever goes 100%. And it was a new experience, and that obviously adds something else into the mix. But that's not taken away from Dave Allen, because a very good Dave Allen turned up, and it would have been hard whether that was in the Copper Box or it was in Saudi Arabia. It would have been the same, I reckon.
I suppose when we just spoke and did that little bit with Dave there, he said it probably come a little bit too soon for you, but at the same time I just spoke to Sam. Sam said, look, he'd like to run it back. Eddie said he'd like to run it back in the UK. Do you have initial reaction? I know you just want to eat and chill out now, but can you see yourself running that back next?
Yeah, I can see myself running it back. I don't know if it's next. I'm not in the business of giving people the answers they want to hear. I'll do what I want to do. Good. And if it feels right to go back into it, we can do it. If it's back end of next year,
you wouldn't be against rebuilding yourself up? And
I wouldn't say it's even rebuilding. It's just I'll do what I want to do, and what I want to do in this game. Boxing is a very, very dangerous sport.
That's what I mean.
It's very, very dangerous, and
you don't want to put too many miles on the clock too early.
It's just I want to do what I want to do, Charlie. And if I feel like I want to fight Dave Allen, I wake up in a couple of weeks and do it, I'll do it. 100%. But it's a fight that will happen. I think it will have to happen. And it might be, when we do it, it might be for a nice English title or British title or something like that. That would be great.
What gets you out of bed in the morning, Johnny?
It's what gets me out of bed in the morning. I think it's, listen, none of us are perfect, are we, as human beings, as men. But I think trying to be a better man, and recently, in the last 6 months to a year, it's about trying to be a better man in the eyes of God as well. I've always believed in Jesus and God, but I think more and more I take more and more onus on it now as more high-pressured environments take on its toll with me. I think trying to be a better man for my family, for God, for my granddad who's watching down on me. I think that's important, because otherwise you're just living a vaporous existence. You need to have a target and something to be better than before. And if you can be better than the man you was when you woke up last week or a year before, you're moving in the right direction. That's what motivates me. And also, selfishly, the materialistic things in life. I've got a mortgage. I want to pay it off. I've got a family. I want to take them on holidays and do nice things. I want to give them a better life. Yeah, I want to enjoy the fruits of my labour as well, because life is short, and at any point, anything can happen and it changes your whole world. So enjoy life as much as you can, and doing things like last night, although it was bloody hard at the time, that's what life's all about, pushing your boundaries.
Johnny, you certainly are a fan favourite. Thank you ever so much for your time. Final message to the viewers ahead of Christmas. Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. The season of joy and Yuletide. And don't forget the reason for the season either. It's about the birth of Jesus Christ. And we have to remember the meaning of Christmas as well. And it's about spreading love and joy to all. But